Hello and welcome to Black Dragon Gaming. My name is Kategas Era, and we are playing Tyranny once more. Now, I see that we have a talk with Barrett coming, so we'll do it.
It is rare enough that anyone has the opportunity to proclaim an edict, much less break one. How are you holding up, Fatebinder?
Let's go with the War Mage one. The Arcana can seem overwhelming at times, but I think I have the fortitude to maintain.
I'm glad to hear it. Since you seem more comfortable with magic than I had credited, I'll try not to worry myself over your well-being. Just thought I'd check in. What can I do for you?
Alright,
Suffice it to say, my armor and I will not be separated for the time being. When the war is over, perhaps Tunon will lend me one of his forge-bound. Until then, here I remain. My armor saved me from the
Alright, let's just get a move on then. Alright, so I've got tea again. That's great. This stuff is, has a little bit more cinnamon than normal chai. It's the, Stash Black Tea. Chai spice. Still pretty good. It's just not what I'm used to, you know? I grabbed it just in case, because it was a little bit cheaper and I wanted to test it out compared to, my Bigelow's. Fatebinder. I felt something indescribable pass through me just before your arrival. Emotions of great rage and pain followed by a moment of lingering sorrow. I suspect that something has been lost, and Terratus herself strains at the absence. I understand that both of the spires jutting up from the ruins of Azure are now under your control. It would seem that impossible feats are no mystery to the likes of you. Impressive for Tunon's minion. Do not allow yourself to be swept up by the esteem and glory of this achievement. Were you a soldier of mine, I'd temper your pride with modesty. The disfavored and Earthshakers were triumphant and have managed to destroy Cairn. The Archon of Stone, fallen. I thank you, Fatebinder. This was a long time coming. Cairn's betrayal was inexcusable, and a death sentence from a lawful hand is no more or less than he deserved. What's more, you are to be commended for resolving an Edict of Kairos and putting down an Archon at once. You don't sound too pleased about this. Do not always find war pleasing, especially in these dark days. When it is thrust upon me and former allies show their true colors, at times I want nothing more than to see home again, but even home has its memories. I would never have called the Archon of Stone a friend. Cairn was a difficult man to know, taciturn and removed, keeping to himself as often as not, but we had much in common. When you are an Archon, that is a quality you learn to cherish in others. So no, I am not pleased. I make no secret of it. I am sorrowful and cruel. Even though the Archon needed to die, that does not stop me from wishing it were otherwise. That's good. Fair enough. Yeah, alright. On to the next order of business. What happens to the Scarlet Course from here? The crops grown for our enemies will have withered on the vine. By now, the Archon's forces are clutching their stomachs and tightening their belts as we starve them out. Ash's Finery. Interesting. A fair reward for more than fair service to the Legion. The Earthshakers and Forgebound conceived of this, and I can think of no wielder but more deserving than you, Fatebinder. Fair enough. Fatebinder, no time for pleasantries or ceremony. Your spire is under attack. The Scarlet Course have ramped up their offensive, and they mean to topple your stronghold, with you atop it if need be. I feared something like this might happen. An act of desperation from the voice of Narat. He's either too much of a coward to attack Ironhearth, or his forces are too weak. Either way, you'll need to answer this threat with blood. You've carried out your task with distinction. Well done. My thanks, Fatebinder. Best of luck at your spire. Well, let's go kick some ass then, I suppose. What have we got here? Ash's Finery. Dude. It's a one-handed hammer? Okay, you. Not really worth it. Alright, in that case, that's all we've got. Yeah, alright. Well, let's get the fuck out of here and see if we can't defend against the voices of Narat. Because, I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to lose my spires. My spires are awesome. I wonder if I'll get to resolve the Edict of Flames, or the Edict of Fire, whatever it's called. The one that's over here, Burning Library. Doesn't say, does it? No, it doesn't. Okay. Well, here we go. Here's hoping that it's not too rough of a fight. Come on, Scarlet Chorus. Let's hope that the disfavored actually bother to come help. Because, I don't know about you guys, but I don't exactly have an army here. I mean, I'm sure I've got a fair few people, but an army? Don't exactly have one. I mean, the disfavored would have to show up. Okay. Greetings, Fatebinder. Our Oathbound scouts alerted us to a course assault on your spire, and Lord Ash insisted we send aid at once. I've assembled a... Oh, shit. What? 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 Ha. The orb in the center of the resonator spins with the push of some unseen force. Where the structure once exuded warmth, it now gives off a ferocious heat that singes your face the longer you stare at it. A sound like music swarms in the air around the structure, but it's painful and disharmonious to your ears. Well, shit. You'd think a spire would know some better songs, but I guess there's no accounting for taste. You do realize that the energies of this place are all centered on you. I don't know what makes you so special. Interesting. Feels like something is shaking the spire. The chorus can't pull off this sort of magic. What in Kairos' name is going on? Let's see. The spire often communicates in visions. Perhaps this is its way of saying it has something to discuss? I don't suppose this magical spire of yours has some warding magic or something of that ilk. Unshakable courage and superior training will only take us so far against that large a force. The spire resonates with my voice. I'll shout to the Valiant that I have an edict from Kairos. That should get them running. Considering the average intellect and cunning of our foe, I think such a feint would at least thin the crowd. Fuck yeah. Alright. Okay. Alright. Let's do this. Okay, Edict of Stone. Edict of Storms. Interesting. Oh. I can issue edicts now. Cool. Control fire. Interesting. Edict of Storms, indeed. That's pretty sweet. I like that. I'm an Archon now. Fuck yeah. What in Graven Ash's name? But Kairos didn't give an edict to read, so how did... having broken the edict, I seem to be able to recreate it, if in a limited fashion. You did that, but only Kairos can cast an edict. I assure you, that was my own magic at work. The chorus have no idea what they've just walked into. Binder, let us strike now. We must seize the moment and swing their panic into a rout. Fate Minor, I will get the carnage started. Join me when you are ready, and we'll deal with whatever rabble remains. Fuck yeah! That's awesome!
On it.
Alright, let's do some of this stuff here. I don't need that, or that. Get rid of that. What's this? Longclaw's Rage. Okay. Get out of here. Already know that Sigil or Shaker's Gift. Alright, that'll do. Because I have lots of money. What you got for me? Bronze Greatsword, nothing special. Okay, well, let's get down there then and kick some ass. That is pretty legit. Oh, I can proclaim edicts now. Now I know how Kairos got their power. Doing shit like this. And claiming spires and activating them and so on and so forth. Huh. If I remember correctly, there were 3 more edicts to look at that were locked. Maybe 4? I'm not really sure, but that just means that I'm going to get stronger and stronger and stronger. That is quite nice. Eat shit. Oh, that's glorious. Glorious indeed. That feels nice. What foul trick are you playing that the weather comes to your aid? I should thank you for separating the wheat from chaff. The sight of seeing dozens struck dead by lightning made a good show to startle the dead weights, leaving the bravest with the privilege of tearing off your limbs one joint at a time. Fools. Did you not hear me proclaim that edict? Either I cast that edict by myself, or I did so with the Overlord's blessing. Think that through very carefully. Do not liken yourself to the Overlord. Your magic may have startled my weaker troops, but your magic is nothing my own blood chanters could not affect. Isn't that right? No. I'm pretty sure that you're fucked. Sorry, mate. Alright, let's get this going.
Another demonstration of our power is in order.
Alright, well, let's see. Let's do a... Oh, I should have rested. Well, in that case, let's do that, and... What's this? Let's just do that. What the... No, don't do that. Don't freeze. Come on, game. You can do it. Yeah, okay. Whew. Alright, you need to quaff a potion real quick. I probably shouldn't have done that just then, but whatever. Alright, and me. What have I got left? Nah, alright. Instead, kick the shit out of someone.
I got it.
Yeah! There we go. Okay, then. Alright. Wicked. Let's get this show on the road. Kill all of them. Every last one.
Nobody saw that, right?
Oh, yes. This makes me happy.
On it.
That's right, you filthy peasants. Run for your lives. Tell Narat what you saw here. The chorus is running in every direction, scattered to the winds, as it were. The few brave enough to stand your ground against your Edict of Storms are dead. The day is ours. Leave the cleanup to me and my brethren. You should take your rightful place perched atop the spire. No better way to savor this victory than with a commanding view of your enemy fleeing across the battle. Or the valley, rather. Alright. The Iron Marshal, eh? Oh, hell no. I'm gonna go get my loot now. Or is this the... It's just gonna be the same thing, isn't it? Huh, so it is. Fair enough. Nothing especially needed down there, I suppose. Alright. Let's get up there. Ah, that feels nice. Shocked and demoralized by your display of power and the ease with which you dispatch their leader, the Scarlet Corps fighters lose their nerve and scatter in defeat. The survivors carry with them fearful rumors of the powerful Archon Catagus, a being of enormous might who can cast an edict with the same authority as the Overlord. Yes! Confusion sets in across the realm. Amid the whispers and misinformation, one fact remains. The Overlord's power has been challenged. You can safely assume that such rumors are making their way back to Kairos. The high winds of your edict sweep the air, dashing debris against your spire. Torrential rain falls, hitting hard enough to bruise bare skin. Lightning strikes the ground, endangering anyone out in the open. It isn't long before the storm begins to wane, slowly falling from a gale to a light rainstorm, and after a few days it becomes a simple breeze. Eventually the skies calm as your edict dissipates, releasing Venturion's Well from its grip. You gather a small council of your closest allies and plan your next steps from the safety of your spire. No sooner than you get started than Callio, Fatebinder of Tunon, pays a visit bearing an important message. Interesting. Well, I suppose we're in Act 3 now. I suppose at this point I'm probably going to have to fight the Overlord, which is unfortunate, but... I keep hearing about this little spire you've been calling your own. Now that you've slaughtered those who would take your lands, I think your claim is official as it gets. Nice to see you, but how did you get up here? Isn't it obvious? The bigger question is, how did you do the most convincing impression of the Overlord Terratus has ever seen? Spires. Spires, that's how. No one's entirely sure what to make of you these days, Catagus. They all say you spoke an Edict of Storms, not a proclamation of an Edict of Kairos, but your own Edict of Storms, your own mystical storm. I did. You're no mere Fatebinder, if that can be certain. You proclaimed and broken the Overlord's edicts, perhaps one too many times? If I had known you could do this when I first met you, I'd maybe have tried in earnest to kill you. I hope for the sake of Terratus that the right person has inherited this gift. I don't know what to make of you, Fatebinder. Proclaiming and breaking the Overlord's magic, claiming these awful towers, it should come as no surprise that an edict is within your grasp, but I still find room for surprise. You're powerful in ways that game bosses and mages aren't. You commanded this place to do your bidding and unleash something incredible on the world. That isn't the work of a Fatebinder. If anything, that's the work of an Archon. Beastwoman will follow. Follow Alpha from here to the ends of the Tiersland, and farther still will Paw prowl deep into the cold north, hunting armies of Kairos at Alpha's side. Together, Shadowhunter and Alpha will slaughter the whole of Prima's tribe. I don't have any idea how you're able to do this, but it isn't some power that any scholar can wield. This is something else. You're not some ambitious hedge mage who learned it out of a book. You're more like an Archon, where it just comes naturally. I always knew you'd be a delightful bit of trouble, but I didn't think you had a touch of the Overlord's power in you. Why didn't you tell me? I genuinely didn't know I had it in me. You didn't know if it would work, and you decided to play with the arcane equivalent of a mountain tipping over. My confidence in you swells, Fatebinder. It's only natural to have doubted yourself. The edicts have always been the magic of Kairos and Kairos alone. Anyone claiming to be able to cast an edict would be presumed crazy, and yet a sane man just watching what you just did would see the power of the Overlord in your voice. Curious. Suppose you've no reason to play the fool. I'll say that however it is you came into this power, know that you've drawn the attention of the Overlord, so congratulations, I think? I come bearing direct orders from the Overlord. Kairos has decreed two things. First, the Overlord has demanded that one and only one Archon is fit to rule the tiers. To that end, the Archons are to settle through death or dominance who is the one Archon fit to inherit the tiers. So the Archon wants even more civil war. So I was just given permission to kill or subjugate the Archons. Oh, it gets better than that. Oh, great. With a smile, she tosses a small bit of metal your way, and when it's in your hand, you recognize it as a small brooch in the style of Kairos' insignia. Kairos has decreed you are the newest Archon, so the other Archons now have orders to control or destroy you, and the other way around. See, this is why I try to avoid getting Kairos' attention. And to be clear, this is a command from Kairos, but not an edict. Correct, there's no edict backing this order. Such encouragement hardly seems necessary when the task is its own reward. The Overlord has merely rescinded Kairos' peace. The Archons may kill and maim each other without breaking any laws. Kairos knows, rightly so, that enmities, new and old, will drive the Archons to mutual destruction. The Overlord need only remove the pretense of peace and watch the ensuing violence. Would you have preferred another to do or die edict? Ugh. I have a close alliance with Graven Ash. This order will complicate things, to say the least. Keep in mind that the order is that all must submit to one Archon or die, so you and Ash won't necessarily have to come to blows. I'm not sure you'll have to convince him to bow to you. What of the court? Have you heard what Tunon and Bled and Mark think of this? As per usual, Tunon has the emotional range of Pumice, but Bled and Mark seems almost giddy. I think the old Shadow is already putting names on his daggers. I was wondering if Bled and Mark would hear this order and promptly stab Tunon, but no, it would seem the Archon of Shadow is happy to serve Tunon. Makes sense. I've never known the old Shadow to crave that kind of power. You'll have to deal with them too, and I fear greatly for how that will turn out. I imagine Tunon is too loyal to bow to you, and Bled and Mark are too proud to accept you as his better. There's no way this ends well for some of us. Shit. Oh man, I thought I was only gonna have to fight Narot and Ash, but Tunon and Bled and Mark as well? Fuck! Got 4 Archons on my ass. Fucking hell. I think I'm more troubled by this sudden promotion to Archon. By definition, an Archon is someone who generates magic from themselves and doesn't channel the power of others. Since I assume you cast that edict without reading the prepared words of Kairos, otherwise why the fuss, Archon isn't fully incorrect for what you are, but I would agree your power is far beyond the mastery of shadows or ice or talking to trees or whatever other powers Archons have shown throughout the ages. Consider for a second the greater mystery is not why you're being considered an Archon, but why you're being allowed a chance to live. All I know is that the Archon rarely improvises. Ugh. So why do you think Kairos would want us Archons to fight? Because Ash and Narot work together like water and oil, so letting them each rule half the tiers is an exercise in bad planning. Because there's no land to conquer after the tiers, and Kairos needs fewer generals. Tunon's not here, so I don't mind pointing out that Kairos isn't exactly a loving ruler, and the Archons are disposable pawns, not beloved subjects. The land hasn't been conquered. Why not dispose of the has been conquered? Why not dispose of the conquerors? And I would further speculate that Kairos hates all of the Archons equally. So instead of nominating all but one for destruction, the Overlord is willing to let the strongest earn the right to exist. So I'm to be the Archon of Edicts? Not exactly, just Archon for now. A bit unorthodox, but that's all the information I received. Rogalus insisted we should call you Archon of the Tiers, at least in any case where we might be overheard, since Archon of Edicts sounds like a denigration of the Overlord. You realize this presents a problem for me, right? My hand just writes Fatebinder could take us out of habit. The effort it will take to retrain myself to write Archon. Not sure I have the years left in me. So does this mean I finally get to meet Kairos, maybe get my own realm to rule? Not sure about meeting the Overlord, but I assume yes, that'll happen good time. And while you might be jesting, this culling order comes with the implied prize of rulership of the tiers. So if you want it, fight for it. Alpha has become the newest Archon, is so revered by humans, has earned new title of strength. I didn't ask to be an Archon though, except for I did though. Alright, I know what comes next. The other Archons will bend to my will or die. First step is deciding you won't bow to one of the other Archons. I wish you the best of luck in your upcoming struggle. Know that when you come for Blood and Mark and Tunon, I and the other Fate Binders won't interfere. Good. Let's get one thing clear. I want no part of this little contest. Fate Binder, sorry, Archon. I bow to you. The rest of you madmen can fight over the right to rule this mountainous shithole. Alright. Thank you. I accept. Just don't let Narat get away with a bat of the eyelashes and polite surrender. Oh, of course not. A question me and the other binders have been asking. Can you do this again? Nunaval believes in you. Another who shall remain nameless takes the more cynical stance that the Overlord has a hand so far up your ass she can puppet your mouth. Wow. And you couldn't cast a second edict if you tried. Me? I think I have it in you. Or at least I like the idea of proclaiming an edict of yours someday. Now that you mention it, curiosity demands we try having you proclaim an edict of mine. Oh yeah. Are you serious? You'd let me do that? Yeah. Alright, take a dictation, please. Lantry? Okay. You mean to say, Lantry, please record my second edict for all of time and memory, right? Gladly. Alright. Stone Sea in the Chorus Headquarters Cacophony. Let's do storms. Fuck it. I like lightning. Let's do storms. With the edict complete, Kallio approaches the edge of the spire and, with as much projection as her voice can muster, reads aloud your edict. And nothing happens. Kallio slumps her shoulders with a disappointed whimper. Well, it works when Kairos writes it down. Perhaps there's a trick to it that I haven't learned yet. Or no, I'm certain my voice is an essential requirement. It helps that this sculpture here atop the spire resonates with sound. Well, your power most certainly worked when you used your own voice, so we at least know that your voice is an essential part of invoking your powers, or at least so far. I would imagine Kairos spoke a great number of edicts before learning how to write them down for others to proclaim. In truth, I am a bit relieved. While I relish the thought of being your harbinger of non-negotiable death... Yes! I've got to remember that! Harbinger of non-negotiable death. That's awesome! Alright. I'm not sure being the conduit for such arcane forces is something I should be taking so lightly. Then again, perhaps your past proclamations are part of what set the seed for this power in you. Anyway, it's an honor to be part of this part of the experiment. I say we try this again some other day, learn more about what you can do with your power, and someday I'll be your Herald of Doom. It'll be a date. When you rule Terratist, look me up. If you're successful, I know I'll be in need of an Archon. I know I'll be in need of a new Archon to serve. I'm mostly sober, but just so we're clear, you did just issue an edict, right? The first you cast an edict, then this full-on war of Archons. This whole chapter of the Chronicle it's reading like fiction. So Kairos has ordered all the Archons to fight it out until only the strongest remains. I think we can now safely say that the Scarlet Chorus philosophy has been vindicated. Sorry, Barrick. Alpha birthed own words of power like humans prima called Kairos, is better mystic than Broodmother to kills in shadow, than Stoneshackler's 100 blood, than Beastwoman Archon slaughtered by Mark of Shadows. Kills in Shadows knew Alpha was the most powerful human in whole of Tiersland. Knows was not wrong. One last thing. All of this talk of you being the second coming of the Overlord, and I almost forgot my duties. This is a court summons from Blood and Mark, Tunon's assassin. I suggest you read it carefully as part of your preparations. Your survival may depend on it. Shit. That's not good. I guess I'll probably have to kill fucking Blood and Mark. Fatebinder. Archon the Great General has pulled his troops back to Ironhearth. Soon we make our final push into the Stone Sea in the heart of Scarlet Chorus power. The voices of Narat is weak, and the path to Cacophony is clear. The Archon is also aware of what happened at Vindrian as well. I'm sure he wants to discuss the matter in person. Alright, I'll consider the request. I wouldn't spend too long considering. You've demonstrated incredible power, and this is a time for action. I'll send Ash a bird so he knows to expect you later, if not right away. Take care with how you treat Graven Ash. You're no mere Fatebinder any longer. You'll meet with him as Archon to Archon, and such things are more complicated. Good luck. Thank you, Iron Marshal. I like you. Kid, I take it you're aware of the Overlord's latest decree? If not, let me give it to you straight. Now's a bad time to be an Archon in the tiers. Since most likely I'll be the one to cut you down, I thought I'd first explain. It's not my choice. But if it was, I'd still choose to kill you. See you soon. Alright, yeah, I can get on that. I must sincerely thank you for the forward warning. Please know that I have indeed taken your words to heart, and as such, return the following in reply. Certainly I would not expect you to follow me without first testing my mettle. If we must slay each other, so be it. I respect your prowess and will stand my ground if a duel is what you desire, but I would ask that you consider me pledging your blade to me rather than aiming it at my throat. Does Kairos' decree insist that we kill each other, or merely that one should best the other? He's probably gonna hate me for that, but ah well, whatever. Okay. Got some hides. Let's... Okay, what's going on here? Piercing strength. Interesting. Staggering force. And what's these? Pride magic. Alright, what's this? Vine tree. Oh yeah, you like me now. Fair enough. Final judgment. What? Wait, hold on a second. Final judgment. Okay. The tears will shake. Where is it? Trial of Archons. Okay. How many points you got? Alright. Well, let's just start throwing points at whatever there. And that. Yep. That. Hey, save it. There we go. Alright, what's going on here? Brave Light. Yeah, I like that. Let's go with that. Alright. Before we get a move on going that way, let's see. Let's give me that. Yes. Take it. And let's go. Can't actually go there anymore. Let's see. Oh, I don't know where to go first. Alright, let's see. Final judgment. Speak with Raven Ash. Okay. Let's go to Ironhearth then. Damn it. Sorry. Oh, that was out of nowhere. Huh. Shit. Anyway, we'll see if we can't play the disfavored against the Voices of Narot. And maybe we can get Graven Ash to kneel. If not, sorry Ash, but I'm gonna have to accuse you. Sorry, bruh. And then we'll head over to the Bastard City after we finish taking out Narot. Let's see. Missive from Mark. If I haven't said so before, I'll say it now. I'm going to enjoy killing you. Can't wait for the execution order. I'll be anticipating your court. Oh, fucking hell. Alright. Well, whatever. It's fine. We'll be fine. It'll be okay. I suppose I'll just have to kill his ass. I like the fact that he gave me his artifact first.
We find ourselves at an impasse. You are no fate binder to be shrugged off, dispatched, or underestimated. No. That time is over. You are an Archon.
I'm something, alright.
Do not make light of what you've done. Between claiming powers beyond your ken and proclaiming an edict, I no longer know what to think of you. Time will tell if I am willing to tolerate your presence in this realm. Time and a final deed to prove your fealty. The voices of Narat must be executed. With his destruction, his leaderless mob will disperse throughout the tiers from which they came, and we will be free to subjugate this lawless realm. I expect nothing less than your report that the Archon of Secrets has been dealt with. Dismissed. Yes. I thought we would come to this. I had hoped to avoid the confrontation.
I'm not doing your bidding, mate.
Your service to my army has been exemplary, and I hate to lose a friend on the eve of victory. Bow in allegiance to me, and Kairos will be appeased. We can govern this lawless land together, and invite the savages into civilized custom. I was afraid this would be your temperament, and it saddens me. Power should have humbled you, but it has made you vain. What do you propose, then? We will fight to the death needlessly? Or will you reconsider my offer?
You can bend knee to me.
A proposal as insulting as it is laughable. You are an Archon in your infancy, unproven, untested, and unprepared for the trials of leadership.
Submit. I have proven myself the true general, and your army is mine to command. Yours? By what possible right? By what mad ambition do you challenge my... His brow creases and the severity of his expression diminishes as he looks to the soldiers around you. The countrymen he proudly marched into war. He studies them each in turn, nodding as some unspoken truth is confirmed. Look at your troops, Ash. You are their father, but I am their commander.
I am not ignorant to the wisdom of your words. They pierce me like a lance through my heart. But there is truth. This conquest has opened old wounds. At times, I have not acted the leader that my army deserved. I was an accomplished warlord in the earliest days of the Empire. There was no fortress I couldn't breach, no distance I couldn't march. But the years have reduced me. I cared too deeply for my legion to see them suffer. I lost nearly everyone for whom I cared, and suffered for those I sought to protect. I would not wish this for anyone. I submit to your authority as Archon and Master of the Disfavored. Yes. Where you lead, I go. Where you command, I follow.
Alright, the Disfavored will see their honor restored under my rule. Alright. Baby. Fatebinder, you have proven yourself a truer general than I ever was. I relinquish my hold over these women and men and place them in your keeping. I ask only that you be good to them. They are far from home and deserve treatment and leadership befitting their noble blood. I submit to you. As your Archon, I will obey your laws, carry out your orders, and protect whatever way of life you see fit to impose on the tiers, and beyond. Oh, yes. You carry a heavy burden now. It is no small task to lead a legion. Their lives, their deaths are yours to bear. At times, the strain was too much, even for the likes of me. Devotion claims a heavy toll, and over the years it wore me down until... Are you alright, Ash? Fine, fine. Ignore an old man's wandering mind. You are young yet, with the world laid out before you. Your soldiers will look to you for guidance. You must be ready to take on my challenge on their behalf. Any challenge on their behalf. Lead by example. Lead with the iron fist of the disfavored. I will do everything in my power to deserve this honor. Got it! Bitchin'. The time has come to bring glory and triumph to this conquest. Go now and bring order to what remains of the tiers. I will stay behind with the army, training and preparing to carry out your will. I can hardly believe it. You are the great general now. I will adore Ash to my dying day, but I never expected to see him bend the knee. I will make the disfavored proud. Then I can pass on my authority with a lighter heart. Remember, Archon, it isn't enough to slay your foes by the thousand. You must always remember why you fight. Legit. My power has increased from that. Oh, yeah. don't suppose I can get into Ironhearth. No? Ah, balls. Oh, well. Alright, well, thank you for joining me, and in the next episode, we will go kick the shit out of the Voices of Nerat. Actually, hold on a second, let's check. Yep. We'll go kick the shit out of the Voices of Nerat, and I'll probably end up accusing Scarlet Chorus now that Ash has bent knee, honestly. Ooh, wait. Actually, before we go, let's do these conversations.
My Lord Binder, you have something which requires my attention? What can I do for you?
Okay. That didn't do anything.
Hail, mighty Archon.
Alright.
Your newfound power runs in the face of what I thought I knew. All my life, I've been told Kairos alone can issue an edict. And yet, here you are, proclaiming mastery of the lands just like the Overlord.
I can replicate her powers, but I'm not just like the Overlord.
You mean his powers.
I mean her.
You say that now. Let's see if you still feel this way when the reality sinks in, and your mastery of this newfound power solidifies. The world now bows to your mere utterance. Each day you will grow stronger, while the world becomes weaker in comparison. Put another way, if I could do what you do, the world would be at the mercy of my depravity. Cursing the name of Ebb, Archon of Fecund Fluids. Let's hope your moral sextant isn't as crooked as my own.
Nice. Nice, Ebb. Holy shit.
Your newfound power runs in the face of what I thought I knew.
Alright.
All my life, I've been told Kairos alone can issue an edict.
Perhaps there are
And
others
yet,
besides me and the
here you-
Overlord.
I should certainly hope not. Tyrantus isn't large enough for Kairos, and it's certainly going to get very interesting if the two of you start waving your edicts to and fro.
I would have felt if someone else were proclaiming edicts. I knew when this one activated the spire. From what I know of Kairos, the Fatebinder is definitely a wrinkle in some carefully laid plans.
Your newfound power runs in the face of... What is it you need?
Alright, well, I guess that wasn't a very long conversation. Yeah, thanks for joining me. I'll see you in the next episode. This is getting good.